One of our watchmen has to go on the black market to get raw milk, and that's before the USDA starts shutting down farms by testing for bird flu. One of our community also got an answer on whether the new cow burp medications can be used on organic cattle. That's an important update we need to get to you. Food dye that is proven to cause cancer is finally getting banned by the FDA. We have South Korea fallout from the martial law. And we have Vice President-elect Vance heading to North Carolina, where he is reviewing what's happening with the hurricane victims there. Plus, lots of other reports from watchmen on this channel and a winter storm on its way. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates. These are your reports. If you have something to share, make sure you use the word update somewhere in your comment. That gets it to the right place. Before we dive in, we do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts to get out of stocks and bonds over into gold, silver, or platinum. If you want to put precious metals in your retirement account, you might want to talk to Jonathan and his team about what that would look like and get your questions answered. There'll be a link at the end of the video, or you can find them down in the pinned comment down below. All right, the FDA is moving on a red food dye ban to get ahead of RFK and the Make America Healthy Again. This is a controversial food additive known as Red 3, derived from crude oil or petroleum, and has been found to be carcinogenic in animals and is already banned in 11 states. It should be banned nationwide, and that's just the beginning. We got a lot of other food dyes that need to get banned real fast. Moving over to South Korea. South Korea has not impeached the president. They voted not to because his political party is standing by him for imposing martial law. But prosecutors have named President Yoon as a subject of a criminal investigation, and his former defense minister has already been arrested on charges related to declaring martial law. Another polar blast is already on its way towards the eastern United States, and with it, more snow. They're saying up to 6 to 12 inches on Wednesday near the Great Lakes. Other places may get more like a 1 inch in the New England states and as far south as Pittsburgh and down into West Virginia. Due to the cold weather, particularly in Europe, natural gas prices are spiking. As supplies there continue to drop, more concerns are being voiced about the sustainability of their inventories and their imports from the United States and other countries. They have that big pipeline shutdown happening on December 31st. They're going to stop getting oil and natural gas from Russia, and that is something that we don't know if they're really going to be able to handle because they just can't import it fast enough. There's not enough terminals to take in loads from the United States of liquefied natural gas and regasify it. But so far, the prices are not doing too badly here in the United States because we have ample supply and very little capacity to export that. They're building more export terminals, but as of yet, we're producing more than enough natural gas. In fact, gas wells are still capped all over the this area up here as well as down in Texas because there's just nowhere for the gas to go, so they're just capping it and waiting for later when the prices will hopefully be higher for them. Gasoline prices. Are you guys seeing this out there? I just went yesterday and got some gas from gasoline, in this case, from Sam's Club, and I got it for $2.80. I haven't seen prices like that for a while. Hopefully you guys are getting low prices where you are too, but it's been up north of $3 here in Pennsylvania for a while, so I'm glad to see that. But all right, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance visited disaster victims in western North Carolina alongside Samaritan's Purse, and he had some things to say. For so long, this community has been ignored, and they feel like the government is ignoring them once again. That was from Vance. He says, we have got to change that. So we'll see how that goes, but hopefully the spotlight that he's putting on that, as well as hopefully with the new government seeing what's going on there, hopefully it brings relief, because we ain't getting nothing from this current government. This is from a Watchman, their name withheld at their request. Thank you for reaching out to us at Organic Valley. They emailed Organic Valley and asked them about Bovaer. I'm going to pronounce it like that because that's how I think it should be pronounced. This is what Organic Valley had to say about this. Organic Valley is a cooperative of approximately 1,600 small organic family farms nationwide. All of our Organic Valley products are produced and handled according to the requirements of the USDA National Organic Program and proudly labeled with the USDA Organic Seal. Okay, now here's the applicable part. The feed ingredient, Bovaer, marketed by DSM and also known by its chemical name as 3-Nop, is not allowed to be used for organic production, so our farmers are not allowed to use it according to the USDA organic standards. So if you guys get organic milk or you get organic beef with the stamp on it, then in the United States, it cannot legally be using Bovaer. They can't be using it on the cattle. If it's not stamped organic, it is allowed to have Bovaer used on it. That's the toxic chemicals that they're putting into the cattle. Now, I'm not making that up. It's not toxic to the cattle necessarily. They're saying it's not toxic to the cattle, and they're saying it doesn't pass through any toxicity to people, but you have to take a lot of precautions in handling the chemicals, because just touching the chemicals and any kind of ingesting it directly into humans is toxic. So you can make a determination on how you feel about that. But that's information that you can put in your pocket and use to make decisions for your family's food. Blue River Country says, Watchman update. My 2 local Aldi stores are not stocked very well. Lots of bread and produce items are gone. The stocking of the stores in general are not fully stocked. I'm in central Indiana. Angelic says Central Virginia, Aldi out of cottage cheese, and the employee said that they haven't had any for weeks. Now, we've been seeing issues with cottage cheese, both here in Pittsburgh, as well as I've been hearing from a lot of you guys. Cottage cheese, for whatever reason, has been more miss than hit recently. Corey says, update from California's Orange County. My wife told me to run out to the store and buy as much raw milk as I could. I went to Sprouts and they told us that they had to dump it all out. That's from California. I overheard a lady talking about another store. Don't want to name it or get them into trouble, so I went directly to that store and bought 6 gallons of raw milk. Is it illegal in California yet? I don't know, but it's sounding more and more like a black market over there, isn't it? They are clearly targeting raw milk producers with this bird flu testing. They are going after California already is, and like we're talking about nationally, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is wanting to basically start doing that nationwide. They've been trying to shut down these farmers. They don't like what's going on. Apparently, these guys are all for chemicals in the food and then having more chemicals prescribed to you to counteract, allegedly, the effects of those original chemicals. It'd be nice to have a government that's not working counter our purposes. Jeff says, update, Utah. We are 65. The last 2 years, we only spend money on food. No entertainment except what we get at when we get a 2-for-1 at the local buffet. We drive every other day when necessary, and we are becoming the norm among our friends and neighbors. Things are tight. Prices are going up all over the place. If you are doing okay, friends, financially, please be looking at the folks around you and make sure that they're doing all right. Especially retirees, especially people on fixed incomes. Price increases are hurting those people more than the rest. And so if the government's not going to help people who really do need help that we care about, we need to be reaching out to them ourselves. This is from Free. Says, my 8-year-old granddaughter had to miss school all week because whooping cough is supposedly going around her school here in Illinois. I thought that was eradicated in 1940. Well, it's been reintroduced. Another wonderful program by the Democratic Party of the United States, or at least the elected officials in that party have moved this stuff forward to get as many of these people into the country as possible without any testing. Anyone who voted against the wall, anyone who's voted against protections at the border and who have voted for catch and release, they should be held accountable for what is happening in our schools across the United States and in the health. We just had, yesterday or the day before, had someone sharing about how they got TB or had to get tested for TB because they were in an ER that had somebody who had TB. People in the United States you can't get, or at least recently, you haven't been able to get TB inside the United States. Now, apparently you can. Bringing all the wonderful various things from the world to the United States. M says, looks like a second month of no powdered milk from Azure Standard. Is anyone else seeing that as well? Got an itchy nose today. Twisty Hill says, just a heads up, I noticed a charge of $1 on my Visa for movie rental. I contacted Visa Security and canceled my card and they sent out a new one within 24 hours. They said criminals will put a small charge on it to see if it's a good number, and then they will start using it for purchases if that goes through. So do watch those credit card statements and make sure you are aware of when your card is being used. Terry says, North County, San Diego. My local Trader Joe's told me today that tomorrow is their last shipment that they're getting of cocoa powder. No more shipments incoming, no estimated time of arrivals, and I asked the employee, are we going through shortages again? They replied, yes, we're having problems sourcing it. I told the employee that my local Winco didn't have any in bulk for about 2 months. I then asked if if I was looking at that type of shortage again, and they told me probably. Obviously, we've been talking about that on this channel. In West Africa, they've been having serious issues with weather, and also disease has been impacting the cocoa plants. They're pulling pods off of the trees, and they're dried out husks, no coffee beans inside that they can use. So that is a major problem. And so they should be white and gooky on the inside, but they're getting these cocoa pods off the plants, and they're just dried up. It is due to this disease, and it's not only impacting the existing pods, but it's damaging and killing the cocoa plants. So this is not only going to be a this year problem, but it's going to be a next year and the year after problem if they can't get this disease under control. They also had problems last year with drought, and they are suspecting that potentially the drought is actually making this disease worse. All right, moving on. Greg, Bay County, Florida. Walmart is severely understocked on some food items here, especially spices, whose prices have risen considerably. Sam's Warehouse milk prices are also rising. Trace of the Ozarks says, my Walmart in Clarksville, Arkansas has not had any GV cream cheese, in several weeks. We've been seeing that here too, and Apparently that is more of a thing going on out there. Only the multi-packs of Philadelphia are available. We also had 2 weeks of no peas. The coffee section seems to be dwindling as well. Thanks for all you do, Steve, to keep the community informed. God bless everyone. And thank you all for your reports of sending in what you guys are seeing where you are. Make sure you use that word update as you let us know what you guys are seeing, especially anything you're hearing from your workplaces, any kind of supply chain disruptions, or if you do talk to any of the managers or employees about things, that's especially good intelligence to pass along. So appreciate you guys all. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there. You can just tap right on the screen, fill out the form, or you can go to the description down below. There's the phone number right there on the description or the pinned comment if you want to call them directly. Make sure you mention this channel if you do decide to move forward so they waive the setup fee. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.